start.
1,
2,
3, 4.
5.
He's my husband. Been married to him 31 years, June 2nd. I met him at a party. And I was about 40 pounds thinner. And we danced and it went from there. My husband wasn't a player or wasn't cool, so he asked me this question, are you interested in me? And of course, me playing hard, I said, absolutely not. He had the nerve to say I was dancing off beat. And I said because I was following him.
37.
I've always had my dad, so he's always been there. He's always, ever since day one he was always there. He was my ride or die.
My dad's a very giving person. He'll give, I guess, you know, his food off of his plate to somebody or the clothes on his back. He genuinely cares about people, and he's always, even growing up, people, if someone's on the side of the road, I remember we were going through a drive-through to get food, and there's somebody on the side begging for food. So I know he took our snacks and our fruit from in our car and he gave it to the man. We got some snacks, but the rest went to the man.
Subtract, multiply, divide. You have to use all 4 numbers and you have to wind up with 24. 2, 2, 4, and 8.
2, 2. It gets better.
10,
11,
13,
14, 17.
19.
I was sitting up in the bed and he was, you know, leaning against, he was like sitting back. And he said, Kelly, which is, she's usually don't, he's always, you know, I love, you know, her sweetheart, you know. But this time he said Kelly. And by the time when I turned around, his eyes was in the back of his head. But then when I called his name and he wasn't responding, and I started shaking him and he wasn't responding, and I started screaming, yelling, calling my children, and they come running in.
I was in my room, like, I don't know, watching a movie or just listening to music. And then I hear my mom scream, like, Savannah, Michael, and she was screaming, like, I've never heard her scream this loud. She was just screaming, Mom, hurry up, quick. And at first, I really thought they were, like, joking around, like, hey, help.
He doesn't appear to be breathing, his heart's not beating. And so I knew the situation got serious, and so called the police, and called 911. Looks like he's dead.
It really looked like he was dead, and I was so scared.
She calls me and she sounds really weird. Like, at first I thought she was laughing, because sometimes, you know, when you're laughing so hard, sometimes it sounds like you're crying. But so I thought she was laughing. She called to tell me something silly or something. And so once I realized she was crying, I said, Savannah, what's wrong? I said, calm down, what's wrong? And she said, hurry, get here. You know, they're doing CPR on Dad.
Savannah was initially the first person to start CPR. We got him off the bed, and my sister starts performing CPR.
A cop came, one cop, and he came upstairs. He got down and, you know, initiated CPR. And that's when I guess after that, a lot of cops came. A lot of the EMS came. I know 1 or 2 trucks. I think the fire truck came. And I just remember them working, and it took a long time. It took them a while, to like 45 minutes to an hour to work on him.
But then they stopped working, and that's when I think they said that they were able to bring his heart back, and they got a steady rhythm.
Seeing my dad come down, it didn't look good at all.
That was a hard time, but the EMT, they made it easy for me. He was a person to them. I mean, he wasn't considered they came in and they treated him like it was their brother, their father, and I really appreciated that.
I really didn't know what to think, because you still have this hope that he's gonna recover, like this little thought in your mind that he might make it, that he might come back.
We was told by more than one doctor and nurses not to expect much, so we really didn't think he was going to make it.
And then sleeping at night was bad because you just relive the thing in your mind like over and over and over. And all you think about is what you could have done better, to see if you could have lessened any damage.
I started getting my children together and started talking to them and trying to be the strong one, which wasn't easy. From the very beginning, he started following me. So when we saw that, and when my children saw that, we would get so excited. We were so excited. They really, said, okay, he's gonna live, but there's gonna be damage. I said, I don't mind. I'll take him damaged.
And he takes motors apart. He's always asking me what 6-volt motor, what would you use that for? I think I'm very, very thankful that I got a second chance. And I'm just very happy that I didn't leave my family. It's been a very rough road. Very thankful that I got a second chance. And I hate to think of what life would be like for them if I, didn't make it. I talked to so many people that have known someone have a stroke and to have this kind of, or even close to it, that not survive. Oh, they just hugs and kisses. They were so happy to see me come back. Very good relationship. We had a problem, we still have a problem with one of our heating system, and a room would be cold so much. And so one day one of my students came, a young lady, and she said, I'm surprised you're not dead because of the room being so cold. And she was graduating, and I came up to her and I said, well, I almost died.
It's hard to think about life without him because he's such an influential person in my life. Just everything that he does for me, provides a roof over my head, food, clothing, everything. Or even the things that you don't see, just like advice and love and just the things that you wouldn't see, like a house, like just everyday things, talking to me, playing basketball, football with me, things that you don't think of or you might take for granted.
My dad has always been there for me and all my brothers and sisters, and even things, going through hardships, and it feels like in times that it felt like we might not have had everything, my dad always provided for us. And sometimes we're like, how did my dad was able to do that or do this? But it seemed like every time you need him, from no matter what, he's always there.
Really focusing on what's important. Because before, I guess, I don't know, when you're young, you're kind of carefree and you just do stupid stuff. But I guess really focusing on what's important gets you, back on track. And
you got to live life to the fullest, treat others with kindness and with love, because when you don't, when they're not there, you regret it.
You've already gotten a second chance, and try to enjoy as much of it as you can. Try to be as positive as you can. That's what I try to do. If I can help someone, I try to help, and I try to, rather than be negative, I try to be productive and get something done. Whatever time I have, I try to be productive to get something accomplished, and if I can help, I try to help. And I try to be a better person, be the best I can be. It's a work in progress, so I'm not quite there yet. I'm still trying to get to be better at what I'm doing.
I definitely appreciate him more, a whole lot more, you know, try to take up every moment that I can. Sometimes he'll be driving and I'll just look at him like, wow, he's there.